Probably like, she always throwing up her vlogs in the car. Child, I always got something to do or somewhere to go or something. Of course, we are on our way to work. On the way to work, starting the day off doing the 1013. Well, they called this morning and said that the client may have been acting up. She's refusing to take her meds and stuff like that. So they want me to come out there to assess her to see if she needs to be 1013 to the hospital. Now again, you know, it's certain criteria for a 1013. Just because a client is refusing their meds or because they don't want to take their meds is not really a reason to 1013 her. She has to literally be like doing something to herself, doing something to somebody else. Maybe like not taking care of her personal hygiene, using substances, having manic behaviors, you know, something related to her mental illness is what meets criteria. Just because a client isn't taking their meds does not mean that I'm just going to automatically 1013 them. But anywho, y'all, I think I found something for the car to set my camera on. As y'all can see, we're not holding the camera. We are hands-free. So I think I finally found something for my car, for my camera, which I'm so happy of, because now I don't have to hold y'all. I can talk to y'all like this. This is kind of dope. I got this off Amazon too. This is kind of dope, because anytime I would talk to y'all in the car, I would have to be like holding my camera. And I didn't like that because I got to be safe when I'm driving and stuff. So yeah. Anywho, I also got my nails done yesterday. Y'all know I'm gonna show them to y'all. Hold on 1 second. So these are the nails. Got my nails done. This is like a she used like a foil paper to do this. She didn't hand draw this. Now my other nails, she always hand drawn. But this is some foil paper that I got from the store that I wanted just to try for myself. And so we tried it and it came out real good. I really like my nails. Like, I really like my nails. Like, they're so dope. So I in fact had to 1013 her. She wasn't like a danger to herself as far as like hurting herself in any type of way. However, she was a danger to herself because she had disorganized thinking. Her thinking was not coherent at all. Even her speech was irrelevant. It wasn't like on topic. She was talking about a variety of things that were just false and not true. And what else? She was not eating. She was not eating food as she was supposed to be eating food. And I'll give you all example. So like, you know, like the ramen noodles that come in a pack that you put in a pot and boil or put in a microwave like that. She was eating the ramen noodles straight out of the pack. She wasn't cooking them, no nothing. Like, so that's an example of she just was not able to take care of herself like she's supposed to. So I did 1013 her to the hospital for further evaluation by a psychiatrist, and then they decide whether they're going to keep her or not. So yeah, I actually did have to 1013 her. Even when we sat down and talked, I asked her the day of the week. She didn't know. I asked her today's date. She didn't know. And she usually knows what day it is, what time it is. She's usually like very oriented, but today she wasn't. She was all over the place today, as a matter of fact. So I had to send her to the hospital. I mean, I had to for her safety and well-being. I had no choice. But and then after that, I had to go see about 3 or 4 more people, to kind of wrap my day up. Like I said, I might not see no more than 5 people a day, just for me and my sanity. Because I'm not gonna lie, like being a licensed clinical social worker and having to like talk to people throughout the day for 45 minutes to an hour, and you're seeing all of those people throughout the day, it can be a lot on your mental. So we can see however many people we want to a day, but me personally, my cutoff is 5. Especially doing like behavioral health assessments, individual counseling, 1013s, well-being checks. Like, when I tell you all, and it's no cap, I'm not even like exaggerating, I do a lot for my job. Like, I have a lot of roles and I wear a lot of hats at that job. So I don't just do individual counseling. I be having to do a whole variety of other things. So my limit is 5 people a day. That's just what it is. So I really hope you all can see me because my camera looks a little blurry to me. I don't know why it looks so blurry, but it does. But prayerfully, it's not blurry. So we are home. I'm settled. I wanted to go over documentation with you all, just to give you all like some documentation tips as a social worker, whether you are MSW, BSW, LMSW, LCSW. I just wanted to throw some tips out there for you guys when it comes to documentation and making sure that you are documenting the right way. Just so you can not only do your job efficiently, but also to like cover yourself when it comes to documenting, because I'm about to get ready to put some notes in for the day, especially the 1013 that I had to do today. I want to go ahead and put the note in for that, just because it's fresh on my brain. I can remember vividly everything that happened today, and I don't wait for days to go by to get the note in. Like, even though we have up to 6 days to enter our notes. But for me, I don't like to wait that long, only because by the time it's the 6th day, I done forgot what done happened with the client. So that's why I like to get my notes in as soon as I can, when I can. Like, I don't like to bring work home. I'll say that. But if it's like a lot of things that I have to document, or if it's a lot that I did during the course of the day, I want to go ahead and just put it in, because if you are a social worker, you understand when it comes to like documentation, like it's no joke. Like, documentation is no joke. And so, yeah, when I have the free time to do my notes, like I said, I don't like bringing work home, but sometimes I have to. That's why I have a home office, because sometimes I have to come in here and just do what I have to do to get my documentation in. So yeah, so I did write me some notes down to kind of guide me a little bit to help you all when it comes to your documentation. So the first thing I'm going to say is, as social workers, if you don't document it, it didn't happen. Okay. If you don't document what you did with the client or whatever the case may be, it didn't happen at all. That is something that you learn in undergrad and grad school. Like, you have to document. Documentation is so important. Like, it's just a given. Whatever, I don't care if it's the smallest thing. Like, even if a client calls you and be like, hey, I just got out of the hospital. I was in the hospital for a couple of hours, but then they released me and now I'm back home and I'm just calling to give you an update. You make sure you document that, just to cover yourself, because as a social worker, you have to protect what you work for, and you have to protect your license, especially if you're licensed. So I'll just throw that out there first. Make sure you document. Like, I cannot stress it enough. I know notes can be daunting. I know notes can take up a good bulk of our time, but you have to document. If you don't document it, it didn't happen. Okay, first tip. The second tip that I have is when you are documenting, make sure that you're not adding nothing to it and you're not taking anything away from it and you're not fluffing your note. Make sure that you put in your note exactly what you did. Don't try to make the note sound noisy or busy. Make sure you put exactly what you did with that client for that day, and that's it. Don't try to add fancy words to it. Don't try to make it this beautiful note by adding like big words and stuff like that, because I work with other co-workers and social workers who've done that, and the note was just too noisy. It was just, you could tell a note was fluffed by the wording that they used by reading their note. You could just tell that the note was fluffed. So that's why I say don't add nothing to it and don't take nothing away from it. The third tip that I want to add would be making sure that you are taking notes during your session with the client, or even if you're a case manager, making sure that you are taking notes, directly when you leave the client or when you finish with the client. Make sure you're jotting down some notes or like bullet points so you can know exactly what it is you did with that client for the day. So when you get ready to put in your notes, it's fresh in your brain, or you have it written down so that you don't forget exactly what you did with that client for the day. Whether you are a therapist, a case manager, helping somebody get housing, linking somebody to resources in the community, make sure you are documenting like little bullet points or little notes for yourself during that interaction with the client. So therefore, when you go to put in your notes, you can kind of go over it and you can read it and see what you did with a client for the day. And then I also wanted to share with you all some common terms that you can use in your notes. So I have them right here on my phone. And if I can find the link to this, I'll make sure I link it down below. I don't have to really look at it like that anymore because I've been doing documentation for over 10 years. I've been documenting over 10 years, so I don't really have to use this anymore. But for like new social workers, if I can find it, I'll make sure I link it down below. But these are some common intervention terminologies that you can use when doing your notes, okay? So I'm just call some out, but it's like a whole list. It's like a whole list of terms that you can use when you're doing your notes. So like I said, if I can find this, I'll make sure I link it down below. So common intervention terminology and documentation they have here is you can use explained, explored, educated, facilitated, develop positive affirmation, discussed, encouraged, reframed, reinforced, the client responded to, supported, reassured, acknowledged. I don't know if I said that one already. Assessed for, asked about, inquired about, guided, helping client to develop, link client to. So those are some of the terminology they have on the sheet. Like I said, if I can find it, I'll make sure I link it down below. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to just go over some documentation stuff with you all and just kind of share what it's like to be a social worker, because it's not just meeting with a client for individual counseling or case management. It's more to our job than just that. We have to make sure that we're documenting effectively so that we can not only cover ourselves, but we can also show exactly what we're doing with the client when we're with them. Okay. And the reason why I wanted to do this social worker video, or a day in the life of a social worker, again, like always, because I want to share my experience as a social worker. And then I've also been receiving feedback, you guys. I've been getting messages from people telling me that they wanted me to continue to do day in the life of a social worker. So therefore, I'm going to give the people what they want to see. Okay. So yeah, like I said, if you enjoy these videos, I thank you all for, you know, tuning in and giving me feedback in my DMs and stuff like that. When you all do message me on TikTok or comment underneath below in my videos, I really appreciate the feedback. So that's why I am doing more of these videos for you guys. Okay. I don't want to say I had a long day. It wasn't a long day. It was just a busy day, because starting your day off with a 1013 and then you still have to follow up to see your regular clients. It was just, I don't like to call them busy days. I like to call them productive days. So it was a very productive day today. I'll say that. So yeah, that is going to be the end of this video, and I will catch you all in the next one.